So in response to my video on unhealthy or primitive defense mechanisms, some people have asked, what are healthy ways of dealing with emotional stress? Now, with the caveat that this is all coming from traditional psychoanalytic theory, I do argue that these are still helpful to understand ourselves today. And the first and most prolific mature defense is what's called sublimation. This is basically the converting of what might be our base or unhealthy impulse based on a strong emotional experience into something more productive. So for example, feeling extreme anger after someone cuts you off on the road, you might instead drive more safely instead of, trying to run them off the road or shoot them with a gun out your window. The next is humor, although some argue that's just another form of sublimation. With humor, we're taking an overwhelming experience that might be too much to deal with and converting it into something more palatable, in this case, a joke. Then we have altruism, which again, some might argue is just another form of sublimation. That's where we do good things for other people in response to feeling overwhelmed or sad or whatever other emotion you might be having. And finally, suppression. This is not the same as repression. Repression is when you push down and pretend a feeling isn't there. Suppression is where you are aware of the feeling, but don't necessarily act on it. And again, you'll notice that all of these come back to the idea that in a healthy, mature response, we are aware of the experience we're having emotionally, but instead of reacting to it in a reflexive way, we're able to step back and determine if there is a healthier, more productive response instead.